Hi guys, and welcome back to episode 10. Wow, that came around very quick. So this is episode number 10 of How to Terraria. In the last episode, we defeated the Eye of Cthulhu and we defeated the Brain of Cthulhu. We got attacked by a goblin army. We witnessed a blood moon rising. All kinds of stuff happened in the last episode, really. Hopefully, I was hoping to go and defeat Skeleton Prime, but unfortunately the Goblin Army attacked just in the nick of time and I ended up fighting them all day. And then when that finished, the Blood Moon rose and I ended up fighting them all night. So, yeah, it didn't actually happen. So in this episode, I'm looking to head over to the dungeon. And I'm going to attempt, and I say attempt because Skeleton Prime's a pretty tricky customer. I'm going to attempt to defeat him, and if that is possible, I'm going to head down into the dungeon and see what I can see. The dungeon's a particularly harsh place to go because it leads to a lot of death and destruction. But it's got to be done, so we'll go ahead and do it now. So as usual, we're playing as Akira with our shiny set of crimson armour, and we are going to be in Green Hill Zone. So yeah, something else I also bought between episodes was a bubble machine because a party girl apparently showed up. A girl called forgot her name now, but she sells bubble machines. So we now have a shiny bubble machine blowing bubbles for our amusement, which you can jump and pop to your heart's desire. Small things amuse and all that. Also, we did find a cloud in a bottle, which lets us double jump. Woo! And while we have the balloon in our inventory as well, which lets us jump extra high, it means that we can pretty much run and jump a huge distance. And we also have the lucky horseshoe from a few episodes earlier, which means we don't have to worry about taking any fall damage anymore. Thank God, because that contributed to about 80% of the deaths, if not 90, that I've actually had since starting to play. So yeah, hopefully it will be completed out by the time we get over to the dungeon. Although it might not be, because I think it might have a bit of a while to go, yeah. I'm trying to jump high enough to see the moon. Oop, vulture. Yeah, because if it's not night time, you can't actually summon him in. Unlike the other bosses, unlike the Eye of Cthulhu, where you have to create a suspicious-looking eye by collecting lenses, and the Brain of Cthulhu, where you have to collect vertebrae to make a bloody spine, to actually summon them in. You don't need to do any of that with Skeleton Prime. Fortunately, all you need to do, the only criteria, is make your way over to the dungeon and wait for night time, basically, and that's it. The old man will transform into Skeleton Prime and probably kill us. But the only way we can find out is to actually head over there and see what we can do. I'm feeling pretty confident though. I think I could do with having some slightly better armour, even though I've only just got the Crimson armour. Possibly some more items that help with your defence, etc. But no, I'm feeling kind of confident. I've got an iron skin potion as well, which I'm going to stick up here because I do want to use that, because that will help massively. Also in last episode, I think it was last episode, it might have been the one before, we actually made the Deathbringer pickaxe as well. So here we are at the dungeon. It is night time, so I do have the option to curse this dude. I'm just going to make sure there's no enemies knocking around that are going to make things particularly difficult. Hopefully as well, I was hoping by now I'd also have some mana regeneration stuff, because I will be using an awful lot of that, but unfortunately I don't. So the only thing I can really do is give it a go and see what happens. I'm just going to equip some potions in case I do take a lot of damage. So I'm going to quickly consume the iron skin. And I'm going to curse him and run, because you always take a hit off him straight away. Now, Skeleton Prime, the best thing you can do, the best tactic I found, is to try and take out the hands, because they deal the most damage. And they're also quite weak as well. But, unlike the other bosses, Skeleton Prime does have a one-hit kill sequence as well, where if you do get him down to his just ahead, you can actually just swoop down with one fell swoop and kill you in one go, which isn't very good. So the reason I'm using the sword here is because I ran out of mana. No, I am feeling confident here. I think we have got enough going on to actually take him out. But like I say, what I want to do first is get rid of those hands, because they're the ones that swoop across and do all the damage. Like that. I was waiting for that then. I don't know why I didn't move out of the way or anything. But that's one hand down. And the other doesn't have far to go. The best thing you can do while he's doing his spin attack is basically walk away, and you can still hit him with the back of your sword whilst you're trying to... I really want to regenerate my mana the best I can before I get him just down to a head, because you have to stay on your toes in case he does do that one-hit kill attack thing, which is really, really infuriating. In fact, when I was playing the iOS version on my iPad at work, he one-hit killed me about 8 times in a row, and I actually recorded it all. And I think the reason people watched it is because they just enjoyed me getting absolutely infuriated with it. So I just need him to do his rolling head attack thing, which he should do any second now, like that. And that gives you plenty of opportunity to score some easy hits on him. I chose not to take that mana star though, I'm saving that just in case. But the key to this fight now, while he's in this form, is just to keep moving. Because unfortunately, when he does stop, I think if he's right above you, before he does that attack, he actually follows right on into the flying headbutt thing, which just kills you in one go. It doesn't matter what armor you've got or anything like that, it will just annihilate you. No second chances, no messing, just gone. And that is, of course, not what we want. So, like I say, I'm going to keep moving. I'm hoping he's going to do his spinny attack thing, yep. I was thinking that it might not be powerful enough to actually kill this guy, but this diamond staff that we managed to make really early on into the videos is particularly good for this fight, because it means that rather than trying to hack it in with a sword and taking constant damage, it means you can keep him at a distance and damage. Oh bugger! The wall's in the way. Keep him at distance and just attack, basically. I'm starting to wonder if I should have actually saved that iron skin potion, but never mind. Something I'm going to do in Casadi Ben, which I've decided, which I think might be quite funky, is I'm going to make some themed rooms in probably the 3rd tier if I decide to make one. So I'm going to take some like dungeon brick and make a dungeon themed room, and like some hellstone and make a hellstone themed room, just because I think it'll look particularly funky. And you know, it's always nice having a nice home to go back to, especially when you end up there because you died. Oh no, that's not good. Oof, I thought he was right above me then. I thought he was going to actually get me with that attack, which would just kill me, and that would be really quite annoying considering he's practically dead. Where's he gone? There he is. So yeah, the best thing I can do now is just keep him at a distance and wait for him to do... No! Oof, God, that was lucky. I thought he was going to do it to me right there. Didn't want to get trapped in the corner really. So yeah, it's still possible to do inflict damage while he's just floating above you, but like I say, the last thing you want is him to swoop down and take you out with his charging headbutt thing. But I'm hoping this should be it now. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Nope. Maybe no. 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 It would help if I actually equip my sword. The reason I'm just flailing this around anyway is because it does bring stairs down and they will penetrate into the brick and also do damage. Uh-oh. And that's it. That is the end of Skeleton Prime. The skeleton... I think it's just Skeletron, actually. I don't think it is Skeleton Prime just yet. It doesn't actually drop anything particularly good. It usually gives you quite a bit of gold, which is always helpful. But he doesn't drop any, like, ores or anything of particular value just yet. But, hey-ho, it's better than nothing. So, with the stuff I've got equipped now, I should be... Oh, getting attacked by zombies. I am well and truly powerful enough to head down into the dungeon without getting one hit killed by that guy. And hopefully it'll be a lot more successful than it was last time when I just fell down that hole and died. Might need to re-equip my torches. Oh, I'm taking damage, I didn't realise. Ah! Yeah, I'm hoping this dungeon's going to be particularly good because the last one I actually found was incredibly small and it had virtually nothing in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine these books because every so often you will find not just a book, you'll find a water book or a spell book. In this case we found an intense water bolt, which actually I'll equip that and show you what that does. It actually ricochets off walls a couple of times before it disappears. So that gives you the opportunity to do multiple hits to enemies before they disappear, rather than the staff, which just fires off and that's it, it's gone. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these books, just on the off chance, because you never know. Might find a slightly more powerful one, or I might not. We're going to continue down into the dungeon. If I don't find any in these books here, then I'll just give up with that idea. Nope. So yep, last ditch attempts with these books here. Nope, just a book. Well, books made for good decoration anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Just gonna have a quick look on the map and see. Wow, this is a very, very deep dungeon. I've already managed to find myself a golden key. So if I do find a golden chest, I will be able to open that. I'm not collecting them for any particular reason. It's just because, like I say, I want to create my dungeon themed room. Oh dear, this isn't going to end well, I don't think, because there's lots and lots of enemies and I can't see a thing. Yeah, unfortunately, you do tend to get swamped the minute you end up in here. So I'm just going to quickly bounce around and drop a load of... Oh, I didn't even see those spikes there. Oh, there's 2 golden thingies. And a giant painting there. Is that the twins? I'm not sure. The question is now, which chest do I want to open? Well, I want to nick that painting for a start, so I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Get rid of this dart caster. Yeah, I'm not sure which one should I do. Should I do the one on the left or the one on the right? Well, I'd say put your opinion in the comment section down there, but unfortunately, this is sort of live streamed in a sense, so that's not going to help much. So I think I'll just go for the one that we saw first, because it's the only fair way to do it. So I'm going to open this one. And we've got a jagged cobalt shield, walking on water potion, a gold coin, and all kinds of other bits. So I'll go ahead and take that. And I think I'll take the chest as well. I was hoping, usually when you destroy when you open a golden chest with a golden key, sometimes you do actually get a golden key inside there. Oh my god, they're ripping me a new one, those things. It's a dart trap, that is, by the way. I'm going to continue on into the dungeon. Unfortunately, I have just been poisoned. So that will probably result in my demise any second now. Have a quick look at what's going on. So I've not really made it too far just yet, but my inventory is pretty much overflowing, so I'm just going to make some adjustments here. Don't need lenses anymore. Oh, I did get a golden key. That's good. A green dungeon chair. I might just keep that. Ah! And of course, it doesn't actually pause the game when you do that, so I am indeed taking damage. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and open that other chest. Hopefully I won't take damage from the dart trap. And we've got, an agile Murus, I can't pronounce that. Spelunker potion and a suspicious looking eye and all kinds of stuff. We'll go ahead and take that. Oh, and I do of course want the chest. Because as I've previously said, you can never have enough chests. So yeah, just so we can get an idea of the layout, and because I really do need to go home and empty some of this rubbish out, I'm just going to venture into the dungeon and see what I can see. And then I might have to come back, and on the second time round, which is like no, I'll be able to come back and empty some of the things that I found. So let's go ahead and have a look at the layout so far. Wow, I didn't really do much adventuring at all, really, did I? There? Look, there's a door there holding a load of water up. That'd be funny when I go down and open that. Anyway, while I'm here, let's have a look at some of the stuff we got. So where did the sword go? The mirror, whatever it's called. Unfortunately, it only does 18 damage, so my star one actually does more than that. So I'm going to keep that instead. I'm going to dump some of these weapons in this chest here. I don't really need to equip that. It only does extra 1 damage, but it does grant immunity from knockback, which can be handy for boss fights if you're scared you might get knocked down a hole or whatever. I'm going to get rid of some of these potions because unfortunately at this stage in the game they're not particularly useful. I could do with these because they restore 100, whereas they only restore 50. In my golden chest here, I'm going to stick the silver bars because I think I've already got some. I'm going to get rid of the crimson. I don't need the bones. I'm going to stick the golden chests in this chest for future reference. Potions, I'm not going to be using them yet. I'll probably use them when it's boss fight time. The next boss we'll be defeating will be Abomination, Queen Bee. Again, a particularly tricky one, but I think we're well equipped to deal with her now. I'm going to go ahead and stick some of these paintings up because they're taking up inventory space. And they look good anyway, so we'll have one here, I think. Yeah, looks alright. We'll have one here on the top floor. The bubble machine's blowing bubbles away over there. We'll have one just above the elevator. Oh, I thought that was a big one. Never mind. Well, that's okay. What we'll do is we'll get rid of this big one here. Replace that with the small one. Was it that one? Was it that one? Nope. That one. There we go. And we will put this big one here. And we'll have a little one. Not in the trophy room. The room at the bottom there's got all the trophies in it. We'll just stick it up there because it looks kind of cool there. Right, so we've cleared up a little bit of the inventory. As you can see. And I've got an awful lot of torches. I don't suppose I really need all them. But I'll keep them equipped just in case. So we're going to head back over to the dungeon. And try and do some more exploring without actually getting killed almost straight away. It's times like this that I almost wish that I had completed the walkway that we were using a few episodes back to look in the skies for Sky Islands, because it makes traversing the land quite a bit quicker when you can just sprint along the top there. But unfortunately I didn't, so we'll just have to do it the hard way and just make our way normally. Hoping to find some more powerful weapons, because even though the sword's quite good and it fires shooting stars from the sky and all that stuff, it only actually does 22 damage, which isn't amazing, unfortunately. But what I want more than anything else in the world from the dungeon is I'm hoping to find a shadow key, because that will enable us to open the shadow chest that you find in hell, and they contain some of the best weapons you can get in the game if you get particularly lucky. So that is what I'm hoping for. But I doubt I'll get my own way. I never usually do. But you never know unless you try. So there you go. Yeah, so I can't reiterate anymore how much it is a relief that I actually picked a small world. I usually go for a medium one, but when I'm recording it, it doesn't make for particularly good videos watching me run around forever in a day. So I opted not to do that in favour of a small one. But I think we got quite a diverse one. We got a crimson instead of a corruption, which you won't actually see in this playthrough. The corruption is very much like the crimson, but it's like a darky blue colour. And the enemies that spawn the boss of that particular area. What was that little cavern? I thought I saw a hair piece, but I didn't. The enemies in the boss, should I say, is the giant worm, which fortunately is an incredibly easy boss, so I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, a bed. Fantastic. I'm going to take that bed, because that sets your spawn point. So if I go ahead and sleep in that bed, which it won't let me do for some reason, what that would mean was that if I die, this is where I will spawn next time instead of a million miles away. I like to look at that bookcase as well. If I get a bit of time, I might go ahead and start building my dungeon-themed room. Oh, these particular chests, these are quite rare. Unfortunately, you can't actually open these at this stage in the game, only when you've entered hard mode, and it's quite a ways down the line yet, so I'm not going to be doing anything like that anytime soon, unfortunately. So they really do contain extremely powerful bits of kit, but like I say, I'm not going to be able to use them just yet. Invisibility potion, that could come in handy. I haven't got any gold keys left, so unfortunately I can't actually open that chest. But what I am going to take is I'm going to take that dungeon vase, get rid of these guys, angry bones, and I'm going to take one of these doors, two of these doors even. Get rid of these guys, go away. I'll go ahead and take this door. Oh my, dungeon slimes. Fortunately, dungeon slimes, when you kill them, actually do drop gold keys. There you go. I don't know if you saw that, but I did actually pick up a gold key there. But I am taking a lot of damage as well, which I don't really want. So I'm going to head back up here and open this. Where's that dart trap? I'm sick of that getting me. There we go. I'm going to open that chest and see what we have inside. And we've got, a damaged blue moon and all kinds of other stuff. So we'll go ahead and take those. Inventory's still got a bit of space there, so that's good. Take the chest. Get rid of you. And you. And the problem with the dungeon is that these guys just spawn almost spontaneously, and it's a bit of a pain in the bum because you can't really stop and do anything. Oh, standing on spikes, I didn't realise it. But they drop money, I suppose, so it's not the end of the world. At least you get something from them. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to mine some more of the dungeon brick. And if I've still got my hammer, I'm hoping I can get some of the back wall as well, and we can go ahead and make a dungeon-themed room. Right, so while the coast appears to be clear, I'm going to mine some of this stuff out. Of course, it's a good job that I actually have the Deathbringer pickaxe, because without it I won't be able to do this. Let's put some torches down so I can actually see what I'm doing. Saying that though, I'm not sure I can actually mine the back wall. Oh, dungeon slime, good stuff. Give me a key. With the hammer that I actually have, but I suppose the only way to find out is to do it. How many green bricks have I got? 26. I need about 45, I believe. So a few more to get yet. And of course I'm being constantly hunted down while I'm trying to do it. Go away, please. Thank you. Which makes things just a little bit more difficult. And it also doesn't help when a caster spawns somewhere you can't actually reach. But I think I've got enough now. 48, we'll call it 50. Yeah, that should do it. Get rid of that stupid dart caster. Go away. There's books everywhere as well. I should probably have been looking into getting some of those, but never mind. I'm going to take this picture because it looks pretty cool. Bone wasp, I think that was called. Oh, and what have we found? Oh, we found a goblin. A goblin tinkerer. Now, if I release this guy, hopefully he will find his way back over to Casa di Ben, and he will become an NPC that sells a machine that lets you combine your inventory weapons, like the cloud in the bottle and stuff like that, into like 2-in-1s basically. So I'm going to quickly look in here. I'm going to take everything without actually looking. I'll have to look at that later because I'm just being constantly attacked. And I'm going to go ahead and unbound him. He also lets you reforge things as well. So sometimes you can make your weapons better. Sometimes it backfires and they actually go a bit worse. Just, have I got my hammer? Nope, and I'm taking damage. Should have known better than to look away for half a second. So just going to hide up here for a sec. And quickly manage my inventory. I don't need that dirt trap. I haven't actually brought... Oh, I have brought my hammer. Good. Let's see if I can actually mine back wall. Where is it? There it is. No, unfortunately I can't. I'll have to make a better one when we get back to Casa di Ben. I'm going to get this paint in here. And light the way a little bit so I can see where the hell I'm going. Go away. I don't think heading up here was a particularly good idea because the floor is all spiky. Which never ends well. And this dungeon is actually huge. It's way bigger than I actually thought it was going to be. What can I get rid of that I'm not going to use? I don't need that tiki torch. I can always make more fences. Don't need the throwing knives. And oh, I'm dying with a flaming whatever that was called. Go away. So yeah, again, I'm just going to venture a bit more into the dungeon so I just got an idea of the layout. I'm not going to concern myself too much with dying because if I do die, it just means that I'll end up back in the house. Take a couple of these vases just because I can. Do they take up individuals? Nope, that's fine. Wow, this dungeon is actually ginormous. I don't think I've ever seen one this big. Which is far from a complaint. The more dungeon you've got, the more likely to find things you are. So we've just come across this normal chest. I'm not expecting to find anything brilliant in here. Oh, I've got a gold key. We'll go ahead and we'll take all that. And there's a crimson chest there, which unfortunately I can't open yet. Oh, a shadow key. Fantastic. That is exactly what I wanted. So I'm not really concerned what else I find now, as long as I've got that. The only thing I do want to do is come back at some point and get some dungeon back wall and make us a dungeon themed room. And I've already said this once already, but my goodness, this dungeon is ginormous. Ginormous. I'm not going to be able to get anything in that chest because it's actually on spikes, which isn't good because it means I'll die in the process. Although I'm doing a pretty decent job of trying to get myself killed anyway. What's this? Is this a dead end? No, it's a dead end. I didn't realise. Oh, and I'm dead anyway. Never mind. Right, well, I think that was a pretty decent haul. Look at all the wonderful stuff we got. We got all kinds of gold. We got the damaged blue moon, which does 20 melee damage. Regeneration potion, feather fall potion. Don't need that, so I might as well get rid of it now. Because we've got the lucky horseshoe, so I don't take damage anyway. Invisibility comes in handy for boss fights. We got the intense water bolt. We got the aqua scepter, which sprays a shower of water, which unfortunately doesn't do much damage. We got ourselves a couple of green dungeon beds. They'll come in handy for something, I'm sure. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some materials out of one of these chests. I actually need crimtane bars. I'm going to put this blue moon in here because I don't think I'm going to use it. I also need tissue samples, but I think I might have actually got rid of them. If I did, oops, unintentional. Anything else I can get rid of? That shadow key is ultra important. I'm going to stick that in there. Oh, there we go. We do have tissue samples. Good stuff. So I'm going to make myself at the anvil the hammer. I forgot what it's actually called, but it's, there we go, the meat grinder hammer, because that lets us mine the back wall in the dungeon. So I'm going to get rid of our other hammer because I'm not going to use that anymore now, and I'm going to put that one up here. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly start building I'm going to build the next level on Casa di Ben. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Shall I just stick it on top of there? Shall I do it its own building? No, we'll just stick it up here. Why not? So we're going to start with our brick. And we're going to start by building that up here. And across. This is going to be quite funny because we're going to have all these different themed rooms. I do need to go and get some cloud as well at some point, because I also want to do a cloud themed one as well, because I think that would look ultra cool. We've got our dungeon doors. So we're going to stick them up. It's going to look a bit silly without the back wall, but what can you do? We'll have our dungeon bed. And we also got a dungeon bookcase. And we got a couple of them vases, didn't we? So we'll stick them down as well on either side there. So yeah, we're just missing a bit of back wall and some light. That would be helpful. Yeah, so we've got our dungeon themed room starting to take shape already. So I need to get some dungeon platforms for the bottom here. Dungeon, how many bricks have I got left? I've got 25. I've actually got enough to replace the entire floor as well. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, it does mean I'll have to replace everything, but it's not the end of the world. Because it only takes a minute anyway. Good stuff. I didn't know that door was going to go flying out the window there. We're going to replace the floor with dungeon floor. All the way up to there. Get rid of that one bit that I missed. And do the same again from the other side. Up to there. I want a three thingy gap so I can get up and down. I'm going to stick the doors back on. There and there. I'm going to stick the bed in the corner. The bookcase, wherever it's gone, in the other corner. Right about here. And we're also going to have a vase there. And a vase there. Or a vase there, if you like. However you want to pronounce that. We also have our bone warp picture, which I'm not going to be able to put up because I've no back wall. Bugger. And that is our hell room, our dungeon room taking shape. I don't think I actually picked anything else up that I wanted to use, other than Skeleton J Skellingworth's picture. But unfortunately, without the back wall, I can't do that. And because I didn't have the meat grinder, I couldn't actually do it anyway. Right, so that is it for episode 10 of How to Terraria. I hope you guys have enjoyed the ride. We've accomplished quite a lot. We've entered the dungeon. We've defeated Skeleton Prime. We've also managed to find ourselves, more importantly, that all-important shadow key. So now there's nothing stopping us from, in the next episode, exploring the dungeon and making our way down into hell and making our runway to defeat the Wall of Flesh. So all that to stay tuned for in part 11. I will see you there, guys. I have been the A1 Hardcore Gamer on behalf of Outbound Productions, Outbound Projects. I will get that right one day, and I will see you later. Bye bye.